What if some of the most important rules for keeping your penis healthy were ones that most older men never talk about? For many men, conversations about penis health quietly fade away with age. But the truth is, how you care for this part of your body now matters just as much, if not more, than when you were younger. The surprising part? These aren't awkward trends or expensive products. They're simple, proven habits that protect your health, your comfort, and your confidence for years to come. In this video, we'll walk through 5 essential penis care rules that every older man should follow daily. These aren't gimmicks or embarrassing fads. They're straightforward, evidence-based practices that support hygiene, blood flow, comfort, and long-term function. The goal is to help you stay healthy, confident, and in control of your body as the years go on. Stay with me until the very end, because you won't just hear what to do. You'll understand why it matters, what can happen if you ignore these habits, and how making a few small, consistent changes each day can protect far more than just your physical health. They can improve how you feel about yourself, strengthen your relationships, and enhance your overall quality of life. And if you've ever noticed changes down there and weren't quite sure what they meant, this might be the video that gives you the answers and the reassurance you've been looking for. Rule number 1. Gentle daily cleaning without overdoing it. One of the most basic, yet most critical steps older men can take for penis health is to keep it clean, but not in a way that strips away what the body naturally needs. As we age, the skin becomes thinner and more prone to irritation, especially in sensitive areas like the groin. So if you've been scrubbing too hard, using harsh soaps, or skipping a rinse from time to time, your daily routine might actually be doing more harm than good. Proper hygiene doesn't mean being aggressive. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Using warm water and a gentle touch is often all you need. If you decide to use soap, choose one that is mild, unscented, and completely free from alcohol or harsh chemicals. Wash the area gently, paying attention to the space under the foreskin if you're uncircumcised, and make sure it's thoroughly rinsed and patted dry. Leaving behind moisture, especially in a warm, enclosed area, can create the perfect environment for irritation or even fungal infections. I knew a man named Dennis, 74, who had been struggling with persistent itching and dryness for years. He tried everything, switching laundry detergents, experimenting with different washing powders, even applying antifungal creams. But nothing seemed to help. After a simple visit to his urologist, the real cause became clear. He was overcleaning. For years, Dennis had been scrubbing with antibacterial soap twice a day, every day. Once he switched to a gentle rinse with just water in the morning and a light wipe in the evening, his symptoms almost completely disappeared. Why does this happen? The penis has its own natural balance of oils and beneficial bacteria that protect the skin barrier. When we strip that away with harsh products or rough scrubbing, we leave the skin vulnerable to redness, cracking, and sensitivity. And as skin becomes thinner and more delicate with age, this natural balance is even easier to disturb. That's why good hygiene in your 60s, 70s, or 80s isn't about scrubbing harder. It's about working with your body to maintain what it already does well. There's also a psychological benefit to this type of care. Taking a few extra seconds each day to look after this part of your body isn't only about avoiding discomfort or infections. It's a way of telling yourself that you still matter. It's a reminder that this part of you is not past its prime or forgotten. It's still yours, and it's still worth your attention. Even if no one else sees it, you do, and that matters. Daily hygiene, when done correctly, becomes a small yet powerful act of self-respect. It's a habit that supports not only your physical health, but also how you carry yourself, how you feel in your own skin, and how you continue to live with dignity, comfort, and quiet confidence. Rule number 2, daily visual check for any changes, a habit that is often overlooked, yet quietly. One of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can build is taking just a few seconds each day to really look closely at the skin, shape, and surface of your penis. This isn't about fear, and it's certainly not about obsession. It's about familiarity and awareness. The truth is, the earlier you notice something that doesn't look quite right, the easier it is to treat, and the sooner you can give yourself peace of mind moving forward. Many older men believe that if there's no pain, there's no problem. But that isn't always true. Issues like skin infections, small sores, unusual bumps, or even early signs of cancer can appear gradually and silently. Sometimes it's just a small patch of discoloration that wasn't there a week ago. Other times, it might be a spot that feels rough, crusty, or that doesn't heal the way it should. These aren't reasons to panic, but they are reasons to pay attention. Take Frank, for example. He was 79 when he noticed what he thought was a small, ingrown hair. It didn't hurt, so he ignored it. Weeks passed, and it still hadn't gone away. When he finally showed his doctor, it turned out to be an early-stage skin cancer. Because Frank caught it early, treatment was simple and completely successful. He later admitted, "I never thought to check. I figured if it didn't hurt, it didn't matter. But now it's something I do once a day. No fear, just awareness." There's something incredibly empowering about knowing your body well enough to spot even the smallest changes. This habit isn't about being paranoid, it's about being proactive. A quick glance while drying off after a shower or getting dressed in the morning can provide valuable insight into your health. Over time, this small act builds a stronger connection between you and your body, improving your awareness and sense of control. From a medical perspective, daily checks can help catch early signs of irritation, infections, rashes, or growths that might point to something more serious. Many men feel awkward bringing up these issues during checkups, but when you've been paying attention yourself, it's much easier to speak up, show your doctor, and take the next step with clarity instead of fear. And let's be honest, part of aging gracefully is staying engaged with your body, not avoiding it. Just because you're older doesn't mean you're... If anything, now is the time to be more connected to your body than ever before. Not because something is necessarily wrong, but because it's a way of honoring the body that has carried you through every season of your life. Paying attention is not a sign of worry. It's a sign of respect for yourself and for the health you still have. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, comment number 2 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you do so and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a future video. Your support allows us to keep creating content designed to inform, guide, and inspire you. Rule number 3, moisturizing to protect aging skin. As we age, skin everywhere becomes thinner, drier, and more sensitive. And yes, that includes the skin on the penis. What many men don't realize is that, just like the skin on your hands, face, or elbows, this area also needs regular moisture to stay healthy and resilient. Daily moisturizing may sound unnecessary or even a little unusual. But for older men, it's one of the smartest ways to prevent cracking, flaking, itching, and discomfort that can quietly develop over time. The key is to choose the right product, one that is fragrance-free, gentle, and formulated for sensitive skin. Avoid anything with alcohol, menthol, or heavy perfumes, as these can cause irritation. A small amount of unscented lotion or a medical-grade barrier cream, gently applied after drying off from a shower, can make a remarkable difference. The goal isn't to slather it on or overdo it. It's simply to replace the natural moisture your skin no longer produces as easily. Harold, an 82-year-old, once told me that he used to deal with persistent irritation and dry patches that would appear and disappear, often making him feel self-conscious and uncomfortable. He assumed it was just part of getting older, but when his doctor suggested applying a pea-sized amount of moisturizer once a day, the change was dramatic. "I didn't even realize how tight the skin had gotten," he said. "Now I don't think twice about it. It's just part of my routine, like brushing my teeth." When you think about it, this kind of care isn't cosmetic, it's functional. Dry, fragile skin is far more likely to crack, which can lead to bleeding, infection, or persistent discomfort during daily movement. And for men who are still sexually active, or even for both those who are sexually active and those who are not, comfort matters. confidence matters. The absence of irritation, the simple feeling that everything is just fine, brings a peace of mind that isn't talked about nearly enough. From a psychological standpoint, moisturizing is more than just a physical habit. It's a way of reconnecting with a part of your body that many men gradually detach from as they age. Instead of thinking, that part of my life is behind me, it shifts your mindset toward, I'm still here and I still care. That shift is anything but trivial. It's powerful. It leads to better self-esteem, greater day-to-day comfort, and even more open communication with your doctor or your partner if concerns ever arise. And if you've never moisturized this area before, there's no reason to feel hesitant. It's never too late to start. Like any positive habit, it quickly becomes normal once it becomes routine. All it takes is a few seconds each day, after your shower or before bed. No special tools, no awkward process, just a simple, deliberate act of care that leaves you feeling more comfortable and more at ease in your own skin, quite literally. This isn't about vanity, it's about stewardship. Every part of your body, especially the ones that aren't often discussed, is still worthy of thoughtful, respectful attention. Rule number 4. Supporting circulation through daily movement. When it comes to keeping the penis healthy as you get older, many men don't realize just how critical blood flow truly is. Erection strength, sensation, healing ability, all of it depends on a steady supply of oxygen-rich blood reaching the tissues each and every day. And here's the thing, you don't need pills or expensive treatments to support that process. Often, what helps the most is simply moving your body. The penis isn't an isolated structure. It's part of an interconnected system of blood vessels, nerves, and muscle coordination that all work together. As we age, circulation naturally slows, especially if we spend long periods sitting, avoid regular activity, or are dealing with health issues like diabetes, high blood pressure, or cholesterol buildup. That's why making time each day for light movement isn't just good for your heart, your joints, or your mood. It's directly good for your sexual health, too. I once knew a man named Robert, 76, who Robert began taking short walks around his block twice a day. Nothing intense, just 10 to 15 minutes in the morning and again before dinner. After about a month, he told me he felt more energetic throughout the day. But there was something else. He began waking up more often with morning erections, something he hadn't experienced in years. He hadn't changed his diet, started any new medications, or made any other drastic changes. The difference came down to one thing. His legs and the blood vessels in his lower body were simply moving more. That might sound like a small change, but medically, it's a big one. Movement sends a signal to your blood vessels to open up, stay flexible, and keep circulation strong. It also helps control blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and support nerve health, all of which directly benefit your pelvic region. And here's the encouraging part. It's not about heavy lifting, running marathons, or intense gym workouts. Even light activities, like stretching, gardening, or walking, can provide the gentle boost your lower body needs to keep blood flowing where it matters most. This rule also carries a quiet emotional impact. Movement isn't only about maintaining physical health, it's about claiming your space in the world. When you move, you send yourself a message. You're still active, still present, still choosing to engage with life on your own terms. That mindset carries over into how you treat every part of your body, including the ones that don't often get attention, but continue to serve you every day. The key is consistency. It doesn't have to be long or intense. It just has to happen regularly. A walk after breakfast, a few stretches while your coffee brews, standing during TV commercials, and marching in place. These are small, simple habits that remind both your body and mind that you're choosing strength, flexibility, and function every single day. So if you've been feeling sluggish, disconnected, or unsure how to care for this part of your health, start with your feet. Get them moving. Every step you take sends a signal throughout your body, improving circulation, supporting nerve health, and yes, even boosting your confidence. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, Comment number 4 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Rule number 5. Mindful urination and complete emptying of the bladder. This is one of the most overlooked yet critically important daily habits for older men. It's not just about how often you urinate. It's about making sure your bladder fully empties each time. It might seem like a small detail, but over time, incomplete voiding can quietly lead to urinary tract infections, pressure on the prostate, discomfort, and even long-term bladder damage. Many men don't even realize they're leaving urine behind. As we age, the muscles that control urination can weaken, the prostate may enlarge, and the bladder's ability to signal fullness can become less reliable. This can lead to situations where the urge to urinate feels less clear, or where a man stops midway, thinking he's finished, when in reality, a significant amount of urine remains. That leftover urine creates the perfect environment for bacteria to grow, increasing the risk of infections, urgency, or unpredictable dribbling that can feel both frustrating and disruptive. Take Gerald, for example. At 81, he began noticing that he had to get up more frequently at night to urinate, yet he never felt fully relieved afterward. During the day, he also started experiencing minor leakage, something that had never happened before. After speaking with his doctor, they discovered that he was unknowingly leaving urine in his bladder each time he went. The solution wasn't complicated. A few simple changes to his routine made a big difference. By taking more time, relaxing his muscles completely, and sitting down to urinate, he was able to empty his bladder more fully. Within weeks, his symptoms noticeably improved. The key is patience. Rushing or straining can actually work against your body. If needed, sit down, breathe deeply, and allow an extra 10 to 20 seconds after the mainstream ends to ensure everything is released. Sometimes gently leaning forward or shifting slightly from side to side can help trigger the final bit of flow. These adjustments might sound small, but for many older men, they're the difference between ongoing discomfort and lasting relief. Beyond the physical benefits, there's also a mental one. Being mindful during this simple act connects you more closely to your body. It's a moment of slowing down, paying attention, and making sure your needs are fully met. A small daily choice that can have a big impact on your comfort, health, and confidence. A moment as routine as using the bathroom can actually help you reconnect with your body's signals. It's not just about the mechanics. It's about listening, paying attention, and taking yourself seriously enough to slow down, observe, and respond. Many men grow up being taught not to discuss these personal topics, but here's the truth. Talking about them is how you stay ahead of potential problems. Caring about them is how you prevent complications. And practicing the small act of awareness every single day is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect your comfort, your dignity, and your health well into the years ahead. A strong, steady body isn't only about muscle strength or a balanced diet. It's also about knowing how your systems work and giving them the respect they deserve, even in the quiet, unnoticed moments. In fact, it's especially in those small, private moments that lasting health is built. Final thoughts. As we close this video, I want to remind you that caring for your penis in older age is not about vanity, shame, or trying to hold on to youth. It's about comfort, it's about health, and above all, it's about showing respect for a part of your body that has served you faithfully for decades and still deserves your care today. Treating it well now is not just an act of maintenance, it's an act of self-respect and self-preservation that will continue to pay off in your quality of life for years to come. Thoughtful attention matters. The 5 rules we covered today: gentle cleaning, daily visual checks, moisturizing, regular movement, and mindful urination might seem simple when you look at them individually. But together, they create a daily rhythm of care that supports not only your physical health, but also your confidence, comfort, and sense of control. Aging well isn't about giving up. It's about tuning in, staying aware, and responding to what your body truly needs at this stage of life. If even one of these habits is something you're not practicing yet, don't feel overwhelmed. Just choose one and start there. You might be surprised by how quickly you feel better, more comfortable, and more connected to your own body. These changes don't have to be big to be meaningful. They're small, intentional actions that help you show up for yourself every day in quiet but powerful ways. And if you've ever felt hesitant or embarrassed to think about this kind of care, I hope today's discussion gave you permission to let that go. There is nothing shameful about taking care of yourself. In fact, it may be one of the strongest, most self-respecting things you can do. Thank you for joining us today. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video and how you plan to use it in your own life. Your thoughts matter to us, and reading your comments gives us the motivation and encouragement to keep going. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform, guide, and inspire you. Wishing you good health, happiness, and peace. And remember to subscribe to my channel so we can keep learning and thriving together.